Bans, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Yes, bans indeed. There's seems to be a bit of a ban wave that's come through. Some stuff I'm also going to be talking about in the MCN tomorrow. There's a particular story, particular player's plight. You may have seen it on Twitter with Voluntaris, and I'm going to go over that tomorrow in the MCN. But I wanted to just focus on what Kabam are doing about the Battlegrounds state, because let's face it, you know, we all really want to enjoy Battlegrounds, but the problem we've got at the moment with Battlegrounds, which is completed by the way, and I was actually starting to enjoy myself in the current meta of Battlegrounds. As I said, for me, I didn't have a problem with the meta, but what I do have a problem is constantly having to rank up champions specifically for interactions of meta changes and shifts, which means that, you know, if you're trying to target a certain champion to rank up for a specific reason for some type of content that you're doing, you're ending up having to force yourself to rank up something quickly so that you could be competitive within the sphere of Battlegrounds, which means that it puts you at a disadvantage depending on where you are in the game. That's just my kind of like take and feeling around it. Battlegrounds in general has a lot of good things about the mode, but it has a lot of bad things about the mode at the same time. One of the bad things about the mode is indeed cheating within the space. Bugs are pretty bad, and Kabam have to be at fault for that one, and I could say that cheating is something Kabam should nip in the bud very early on, and I do agree. So maybe it's just Kabam's fault for not kind of doing as much. But as well, you know, they've got to future-proof it against people that want to cheat. That's kind of the point. In any case, saw a few threads kind of ping up of people that look to be banned, and it looks like there's been a ban wave in the last 24 hours, especially since the end of Battlegrounds. Whether or not Kabam are trying to quickly go through the cheaters and the lists in order to give out rewards correctly for Battlegrounds, we just don't know. I'm still waiting to kind of like see what's happening with Battlegrounds rewards. So whether or not it's going to be out today, tomorrow, I will be honest, I don't see it coming into at least either Friday or it's going to be early next week. Let's face it, if you think that it's going to take 24 hours to get rewards from Battlegrounds, you are mistaken. Alliance War, very different though, because that got shifted out a lot more. It's cleanly. It was, but maybe Kabam have got better processes in this, and maybe the Alliance Wars didn't have quite so many cheaters this time, and things that kind of like would just ruin the data. But I would say with that, if some of the people that have been part of the ban wave have been affected by it, then surely you would have seen that that those that cheated in an alliance war that was competitive and did well, like your season number would have gone up. But then again, it could have been somebody that wouldn't be in your progression point. But like, if for an example is, if you were in Gold 1, for example, and a cheater in a alliance war an alliance war season was in, like, I don't know, Platinum 2, for example. And that would mean that everybody would go up one place. So it could be a case that then other people, then everybody goes up one place because the cheater alliance, not cheater alliance, but because somebody cheated, it means the alliance is forfeit. So therefore, people would go up in certain areas. Maybe that Platinum 2 and Gold 1 is a bit of a stretch. But I think you get the point. If cheaters are outed, then it would kind of shift and balance stuff. The same thing what it does when it comes to Battlegrounds. A lot of people will be kind of outed from the top stretch of things like Gladiator Circuit, the top placements, and maybe even, you know, some other places when it comes to the solo side of things. But in any case, I digress. And let's go on to what Kabam have said on the matter. So this was posted yesterday. Actually, I think it was like just past midnight, so early UK time, so like close to 1 a.m. or something. We want to provide an update in our ongoing battle against modders and cheaters as this most recent Battleground and Alliance War season has come to an end. So it was affected. I'm actually trying to figure out and remember when our Alliance finished our season, where we were in the placement, because we finished off Platinum. Was it Platinum? It was Platinum 4, but we were, I think when it all came to a finish point, we were like 80 something, and then all of a sudden we finished at 55. Oh man, I really wish I remembered like where we were when it comes to our alliance finish point, because that's gonna like bother me as to a point of going, did it affect it? I think it did. And that kind of analogy that I used, I think it was a case that we did jump up a lot more positions because of cheaters. One of the most impactful changes we've made since our last update has been tweaks and updates to our automated systems. I would say that automated system may have failed. We'll go over that tomorrow with the Voluntaris' story, where it basically shows a failure on that. But we need to look into it a bit more. We have once again bolstered our parameters and approach to identifying and banning modders, not just in Battlegrounds but everywhere across the contest. This is why the ban wave came in yesterday and why certain people were affected. I would say if you feel that you are incorrectly banned, do a support ticket. That's really it. You can't do anything on the forums. It's not going to do anything. You've got to do a support ticket so Kabam can look at the situation again. By making these adjustments to the system and continuing with multiple manual sweeps each week, our team has been identifying and banning at least 75% more cheaters over the last month, so it's been more effective. We feel this was a change that was felt by many of our summoners, especially those competing for the top spots in Battlegrounds. We made a lot of progress over the last month, but the war on cheaters will be a long one. We have plans for more additions and adjustments in the near future, and will continue to improve the game experience for honest summoners everywhere, including shortening the time required to release Battlegrounds rewards. And this is where I think that the time frame was better with Battlegrounds, with season rewards, because we had it yesterday, didn't we? That we got in-game messages about our finish point for season complete. So the season complete was out on the 1st of Feb. Oh, there we go. I can see my rank. So our alliance finished rank 55. Now I think we were 85. So we may have jumped up 30 more positions because of this new process that Kabam are putting in. And it's great news. This is good news that Kabam are indeed doing this. As it's seen right here is like the rewards from war. What is that? Is that 24 hours? Is that one of the best times Kabam has had in order to kind of get these out? I don't know. It feels a little bit more efficient on season rewards going out, which, hey, is only great news for you as a player, for me, for Kabam, if they're identifying things. Now, it's not a perfect system. As I said, there's stuff that we have to go over tomorrow in the MCN where we talk about Voluntaris' issue and just kind of like give you an idea with that one. The automated system may have failed and may have incorrectly picked up a player to be banned that shouldn't have been banned. We'll look into that a bit more tomorrow, as it is just a weird situation. Really is weird. Scary as well. Really scary, as it could go one of different ways. And this is the thing that I've said, like, you know, I know at times it's fun to see like Kabam do things where, you know, Brian Grant got funny. It's funny, and it mistakenly banned, or kind of like, you know, when he became Paragon. I think they did that something recently, and it's meant to be a bit of you know, fun. But at the same time, it's not, because it's a bit scary to think that, you know, Kabam are watching, Kabam can do these things. And because they have the power to do this, it's like your time investment into this game and money investment as well, it just can go just like that, just gone. And I'm not being kind of like, you know, scary, you should be really scared. It's just a bit of a concern that you could be at the whim and mercy of an automated system. And I'm sure Kabam will kind of like look over the work. And that's just the thing, isn't it? Work's still going to be done to make sure that those that are playing as fair, honest summoners, as Kabam put it, are just you know, looked after, and those that are not are punished. So whether or not and how the parameters of punishment needs to be looked into. I know that there was a lot of people calling for permanent bans to those players that are, you know, playing like using cheats and mods and stuff. The problem with doing that is that if you over punish for a mistaken ban, and just before people say like, well, all bans are not mistaken, there was a mistaken ban happened yesterday, and this is the Voluntaris issue that we're referring to, where they got banned and everyone was like, no, you cheated. But the thing is, he didn't cheat. He was then reinstated, and that's the thing we're going to be going over in tomorrow's video. So that's where I wanted to kind of like make that point there. It's like now it kind of opens my eyes that we're going to have to be very careful about saying, okay, did they cheat? And every now it's now like we can't go, they cheated, and it's cheated with a question mark. And that's a problem as well, because now that element of trust that Kabam are dealing with these particular situations, if indeed it's all about an automated system, these need to be verified. Not just checked once, but checked twice. So you can't just go, automated system, ban. It's a case they've got to be checked over to make sure the automated systems have been thoroughly executed correctly. Because having another system, having another case like Voluntaris, where he got mistakenly banned, it's terrible. You know, and he was saying like, oh, I've got an alliance to kind of run. Like that's a problem as well. Like if banning the leader of an alliance mistakenly, then man, that's a big doozy. As I said, we're going to be going over this tomorrow because, you know, the video, I didn't want to make like too long, but I do want to dissect this. I'm going to ping a message over to Voluntaris as well and just kind of figure out like how this came to be. As I said, for me, like it's concerning. This is it's great that what Kabam are doing, you know, thumbs up Kabam, keep working on stuff. But when stuff like this happens and the rigmarole, I think within 24 hours to try and get this resolved, is kind of make or break for players, especially if you're kind of like running an alliance and you've got stuff to do and kind of organizing other people. It's yeah, it's a bit scary. But in case that has been the video, more on this tomorrow in the MCN. Go and check out some other content which will be located on screen right now, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a great day, and cheers everybody. Bye bye.